Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cavalry. This is Johnny Beaner, one of your hosts. And since Andrew Slater is out working on a cruise, sitting in for him as my co-host this week is the one, the only, Lawrence Thomas. Hello, Lawrence.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm great. So why don't you tell our loyal fan base a little bit about yourself?
Well, I live in Manhattan Beach, California. I was on the road for 20 something years and from Louisville, Kentucky. And I met you. You opened for me. And what year was that? You were like 21 or something?
Oh, God,
You
that
were
was a
pretty
while
young.
ago.
Yeah, I'm a divorced father of one daughter.
Well,
Uh,
tell them about your penis.
well, it's about the size of a tuna can. That shape.
Size and shape.
Yeah, exactly. It's wide and short. I'm Irish Catholic, so there you
Oh, sure.
go.
Let me ask you this. Now, since you talked about a tuna can penis, now when someone talks about a chode, what do you think a chode is?
Well, I've heard all two different things.
Okay.
Some people could think it's your taint,
Uh-huh.
and
See,
then
I'm
some.
school taint.
Yeah, that's what I. But out here in California, it's a penis that's wider than it is long. I think. I don't
Is
quote me
that is that,
on
is that even real? Whose penis is wider? Whose penis is
right here,
wider
dude.
than it is long? Oh, I guess
Right here.
tuna can Thomas, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, Yeah, that's what I mean. But I always thought it was your tank until I moved to California.
Yeah, I think it is your taint. I think those people are foolish. I
Yeah.
think they're foolish. Yeah, me and Lawrence. So we it was Comedy Zone runs that we first worked together, and I was opening for
Yeah.
you. And then, did we go to the? We spent 2 weeks together in the Bahamas three
Yeah.
times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was great.
Oh my gosh.
The first time you went, you were like wide eyed. We went to that poker
Oh
game.
yeah, we should tell that story. Woo.
Do you want to talk about it now or
Sure, yeah. This
yeah,
is
we
this
went
is what we call pre-show banter. This is where we
okay.
talk, we make
This
small
is
talk, friendly conversation before we get
yeah.
into our topics.
Yeah, you were definitely in your early 20s at that time, right?
I was definitely in my 20s. I don't
Um,
know. I don't know.
you- Anyway, we went out on the island with Richard with Big Cup, and
Yeah.
he takes us to this poker game, which I'd already been to before. And the last time I'd been there, this was the first. Was this the first time you worked with me
Yeah.
there?
The first
Yeah.
time I went there was the most intense experience going out there ever. And I was so hesitant the future times because I was like, I don't know if I can do this for every night for 2 weeks, which is what
Yeah,
Richard said.
yeah, it was fucking crazy, man. But we were out drinking, and he goes, "Let's go to Elvis's poker game." And we go to the middle of the island, and there's a gas station, and above the gas station is a bar. And the bar is, you walk in and there's, what was there 10 people? And then you walk, if that much, and it was dark. And, then we walk in between the one room and the poker room, and there's a fucking a blowjob going on, right? The chick was
Yeah.
blowing a guy in the ante room of the thing. And then we get into the poker game, and it's like Elvis is this big giant Bahamian dude with his shirt open and all the gold around his neck, and there's like a 357 Magnum on the table.
Yeah. This was terrifying to me. I was like, "Oh, I've seen things like this in movies and somebody dies."
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, the first time I went in, I was terrified. The first time I went in,
Yeah, but
and
then
was
remember he's like, "Oh, let's get some," and then some child comes in and like strips down.
yeah,
There was
they
like
were pretty.
some, there was
Yeah,
just some.
the guy walked in. He looked like a bellman. He had like an elevator operator from the 30s. That's what his uniform looked like, and he was like a limo driver. And he goes, whispers, and Elvis is here, and Elvis is okay. And then these two chicks come in and strip, and then he whispers in his ear again, and he goes, okay. And then that time that girl came in, you were like, holy crap! How it was? Yeah, it was.
It was like, what is this? Am I seeing? Is this human trafficking that I'm witnessing right now?
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty nuts, man.
Oh my God. That was yeah, that was and then so then I get that was the first night there. And then I get driven back at what, 7, 8 in the morning, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that. Then the next night I'm like, yeah, I think I might turn in. Richard's like, oh, Lawrence, your friend's a pussy. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was kind of the, you're in a resort on the island. And, you know, it's nuts down there.
Woo.
I loved it. I miss Richard. He passed and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of crazy down there.
Have you been down there since the last time we were down there together? I think we last time was like over Thanksgiving one year.
Yeah, I don't know if I've been back there. If I went one more time before,
That's when
uh,
we won a bunch of money on the craps
oh no,
table.
that was when Satellite Steve came with us.
Yeah, I think so.
He came
Yeah.
in for a few days, and
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
we had a great run of craps. And I think that may be the last time I've been down
Oh my goodness. All right.
there. It was, I mean, I was there for 9/11, man.
You
I
were
was,
there? Oh, that's
yeah,
right. Yeah, you've told me that
yeah.
story.
Me
Yeah.
and
You
Kid
got like
Dave were there.
stranded.
Yeah, stranded for an extra 3 days or 4 days, and I mean, it was nuts. There was people. I've still got a note from in my mailbox because there was that big documentary. When was it okay to do comedy? We
Yeah.
did comedy that night, man, because we were in a resort and there were people stuck, and
Yeah.
I think Kid Dave Miller was featuring for me, and
Holy
he
cow.
probably did the first 9/11 joke ever in history, man. Because Naughty didn't want to go up. Naughty was like, I can't do this, and we said, all right, just go up and do your.
So he didn't?
He went up for like a few minutes, but Kid Dave did the announcement from backstage, and it was like, we're
What was his
American.
9/11 joke?
He goes, I guess you guys. He didn't do that from backstage. He did that from on stage. But it was a great time, and the way he brought it, open the show is like, hey, we're under attack, Americans. We can say, hey, we're scared and we're pussies, and we can tuck our tails, or we can go, God damn it, we're on vacation and we're having a good time. And the 20 people in the audience were like, yeah, and
Yeah.
so then Naughty went up for like a few minutes, and he was just like, he bailed, Naughty's the Bahamian host of the show.
Yeah.
And then and then Kid Dave went up, and he talked. He goes, well, everybody knows what happened. Plane hit into the World Trade Center. Blah blah blah. He goes, the real tragedy of the event is they were aiming for Kathy Lee Gifford's house. And people laughed, and I guarantee you
Oh
that was
wow.
the first. And he had to have been the first American comic to hit the stage, Kid Dave. And then I went up. And then, we were stuck there for, extra days. And people like Ronnie Bullard was on the cruise ship. He started hanging out with us. And you'd see, because you've been there, you'd see it, how it was. You see the same people
Yeah.
in the lobby and they wave at you. And like at one point, we saw these guys coming that we'd seen in the show, and they had a big thing full of their luggage. And we're like, oh, you're getting off the island? He goes, and the wife goes, no, coming back. And I'm like, what? He goes, this asshole can't be away from the office for more than 3 days. And he rented a yacht to take us back. I don't know if you remember, there was a big hurricane that weekend too. And it slammed. They got like within 20 yards of Miami on this boat, and the hurricane hit them and blasted all the windows in the boat out. And they had to come around and come back to the Bahamas.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like me and Ronnie and Dave and Big Cup were in like the Jungle Bar one night, and these Austrian dudes were like, "It's America's love of the Jews." And he's like smoking a cigarette. It's almost like a character from Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I mean, me and Kid Dave came off the table. We were getting ready to beat the shit out of these two guys,
Yeah.
and it was like a weird time. And Big Cup, Richard, I call him Big Cup. Everybody did. Stopped us from fighting these guys, and it was nuts, man.
Damn. Oh, I also, yeah, for our listeners, I also lived when my family, when I had two kids, we lived with Lawrence in his what, 2 bedroom place?
Yeah, we had the two bedroom, but did have
You had
I
the
had the
cubby.
the cubby,
Yeah, that's where the
which
kids.
then I
Yeah, we
turned
put the
into a
kids in there
podcast.
by themselves, right next to the door.
Yeah.
Safety first.
Yeah, man. That's when I had my broken ribs from a motor scooter accident.
No,
And
that wasn't when we first moved in. Was it when we first moved in and
yeah,
I
because I
made
had the
you
broken
laugh?
ribs, and you would make me laugh, and I'd have to run in the bath because it was just
Oh yeah,
pain.
what was it? Oh, it was Blumpkins. We were talking
Yeah,
about Blumpkins.
it was killing me, man.
That was
I've
great.
still got pictures of the kids. That was a neat time, man.
Yeah, that was a great time. Yeah, you just sent me something recently of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Do you?
Good
Is there
stuff.
anything about your? This is one thing that our fans, our listeners, clamor for. Is we have a segment called Appliance Talk, where we talk
Mhm.
about appliances. Do you have anything going on with any of your home appliances?
I don't really know how to use the toaster oven.
Okay.
I don't.
You don't
To
know how
me,
to use it? Oh,
no.
that's perfect for appliance talk. Well, what seems to be the problem?
I don't know how to set it to where it toasts. I got a toaster. Why not just use a toaster? And I got an
Oh,
oven,
you have one of those weird ones that's like you put the toast on. It's like a fancy thing. It's
like a
like a you
toaster oven.
open.
It's just
I don't know what
you
a toaster. I don't
turn
even know
the
what it. Yeah, the dial, and it has a
turn the
window
dial,
door,
and it
right?
has the window door. And I don't know what that's for, man. People go, "Oh, it's the best appliance you have," and I'm like, "Well, I got a toaster right there,
And you
and
have an oven.
I got an oven. I got the stove right next to it. Why do I need that?
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's hard to clean.
It's
Not
hard
that I
to,
really
don't you
clean
just
it.
like kind of tip it on your sink and shake it, and all the crumbs fall out?
Shake it, yeah, just shake it.
Yeah,
I
I think
mean,
that's like
if you put pizza in it, it's gonna stink, and then every time you turn it on, it smells like pizza. You know,
yeah,
maybe a dry weed in it or something.
yeah. I think that might be what they're for. Well,
Yeah.
this has been appliance talk, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Now, we also, I don't know, are you an avid listener of the Cavalry?
Oh yeah, I listen.
Yeah, sure. So we always ask our listeners to leave a 5-star review. That's the only way, that's our only form of communication we offer. Is you have to leave a 5-star review and then what you need backup on. And on the air, we'll back them up. And we got a new one. And I'll just read it. This is not something that needs backup. It's just a very lovely thing. This is from Kevin Bourne Greeby. It says, "I don't need backup. The show is great. The Patreon is worth it. So get the Patreon. I don't need backup on anything right now, but I have one thing to say. I want to back up Johnny I want to back up Johnny on not only the thought of weighing himself before and after pooping, but actually doing it. I will proudly announce the biggest single evacuation I have had was 2.2 pounds. I thought
Wow.
it was only right to share. Thank you, Kevin. Have you ever done that, Lawrence?
Have I ever weighed myself before and after?
Yeah.
No, because my before is always such a. I mean, when it's ready, and I don't have time to weigh before. I gotta go. I mean, it's it's cataclysmic. It's
Well,
almost biblical in nature. There's
oh,
no sitting down and thinking about it. I've had 4 cups of coffee. It's 9:30 in the morning, and it's coming. And there's no way to. I mean, I'm lucky to make it to the toilet.
do you not have a sphincter?
I've got one,
Does it
and
not work
it
anymore?
just I just yeah, it works fine. It's just that I put the coffee in so much, and then I sit, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get up yet. I don't want to go. I'm not one of those people that wants to hang out in there and sit and read a book
No,
and
I
all that.
don't. Yeah. Well,
I
what about
want it
your
all
phone? Do
over.
you play
I'm
with your
like,
phone
boom,
on it?
done.
So you
That's
sit
it.
down and you poop,
I mean, and just yeah,
and then you go about your day. You don't sit there and flip through Facebook for a while.
no. But I
Do
tell you
you?
what, I did get talking about appliance. I have a bidet.
So do we.
Yeah, man,
Oh my gosh.
changed my life.
It changed your life?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I feel
how
fresh.
long ago did you get it? This
We
is
got
bidet talk,
I got
folks.
it about I don't know, about 8 months ago.
That's probably when we got ours too.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I felt like I was a ruffian before, and now I
You-
feel like a proper gentleman.
Well, see, now when we first got it, I used it a lot, and then I would just start using other bathroom because it's only in the upstairs bathroom. And like, so do you feel like, oh, it's a mess down there? Like, if you're out in public and you don't have a bidet, are you like, oh boy, I got a dirty
Yeah,
butt until I get
I want
home?
to. I want to go home.
You want to go home?
I want to
Yeah,
go
because you have a dirty
home.
butt, right?
Right, exactly. I don't go out in public.
You don't poop out in public?
I try not to.
Lawrence, how can the guy that just said, "Oh, I don't have time to weigh myself because when it's time, it's just coming." How can he be the guy that says,
What? you know what? I'm regular. I mean, I'm like I said, 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's coming and it's gone. And then I'm good for the day.
And it's
Most,
good. You're good for that. You do one time a day.
yeah, like one big one in the morning.
Ah, I bet it's
And
real
like
big, huh?
maybe one at night,
Well,
I don't know if that's good or not. Or do you have like any poop experts?
well, I, I, I go a few times a day.
Yeah.
This isn't the theme of the show, but I feel like Andrew respects that I'm getting all this out now in his absence,
Oh, good.
as not to bring it uh, to the table, even though I still do when
Yeah.
we're both on. But yeah, I'll go for my
What?
brother. My brother has told me that there's no regular, like some people do once every other day, some people do 5 times a day, and not one is better than the other.
How does he know?
I What's that?
How does he know? Scott?
No, Luke. I don't know.
No.
He's I mean,
He did the
he's a
research.
dentist, so he took a lot
Oh,
of medical classes, or he
I want
has
to know about my poop. I go to a dentist.
but I go more than once a day. We'll say.
Well, I mean, I sometimes do, but mostly just once.
Wow. I'd love to see it sometime.
It's massive. It's
Is
a
it?
it's a big event. I'm probably up there around the 2 pound range.
See, you say that, but like, and I've told this story. I apologize for our listeners. On me and Aaron's anniversary, I had
What a
eaten
special moment for both of you.
I had eaten so much, and then we went out to eat, and we ate. I got a big steak, and I was just so full. It was just like packing it down, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I've ever been this full, but it tasted so good because we went to this really nice, the Tornado Room here in Madison. I got a
Oh,
great
cool.
steak, a great upside down lemon cake or whatever. I don't know what it was. The dessert was great, and it was great. And then I didn't go when we got home either because I just, my stomach just settled or whatever. And then the next day, I didn't go right when I woke up. So that afternoon, later in the day, I was like, oh, I got to go. And I just know it's going to be dense. You know what I mean?
Uh,
And so I weighed, I was like, well, I got to weigh myself. Of course, you don't want to. That was my fear is I didn't want to like not weigh and just always, because then I would have always wondered. You know
always
what I mean?
wonder. Always.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I weighed it, and it was 1.0 pounds.
And it
So
was massive. It was big. It just doesn't weigh a lot.
no, I don't know. You know what? That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm sure I looked at it, but I don't think it wasn't like, oh my god, I filled the bowl.
Right.
Huh. I wonder if we're losing listeners. Anyway, I so, but that was like to 2.2 pounds. Like I don't know. I want to give
It's
Kevin
a
a
lot
hug.
of it's a whole lot of chili con carne right there, man.
Yeah, yeah. Oof. Anyway,
Did
so
he
that
tell you
was.
about what it was like, the 2.2 pounds? Was it
No, he
like
didn't tell me. That's why it's like this is.
one big burny knotty rope that just coiled and coiled and coiled, or was it one of those that looks like somebody dumped a bag of peat moss in the water, or where you can actually see roughage in it? I mean, what was it like? That's what I want. 2 pounds of what? Or maybe
Yeah.
just like
2 pounds of what?
was it, just like a fucking pile of little hard super balls under the water, looking.
Oh, the old rabbit turds. Those are
Yeah.
always the worst.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. Kevin, if you're listening, leave another 5-star review and get more specific. Anyway, so that was a shit talk.
yeah.
Oh. Lawrence taught me my favorite airplane trick. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. This
As a
this
matter
might
of
be
fact, I was
exclusive.
talking about it last night with somebody.
Well,
Somebody
you
else
were?
brought it. Somebody
Well,
else
this
brought
might
it
this
up.
might get isolated, and we have to use this as a promo. But so Lawrence taught me. He gave me the idea of how to cover when you fart when you're on an airplane. And why don't you walk them through it, Lawrence?
Well, I mean, you're sitting there.
You're sitting
I'm
there.
I'm always on the aisle seat.
Okay.
always on the aisle seat, and it's pressure. Air pressure changes your body. It changes everything in your body, and so everybody farts on the plane. And so,
I don't know if that's true, but okay, go on.
I think it's science.
Oh,
Oh,
you
it's
think
total
so?
science.
Okay. That's, that's a more sincere sentence ever been said. I think it's science.
I'm pretty sure. And then so you let it go.
Silently, hopefully.
Yeah, it's a cushion. If you can't, it's not like you're on a church pew where it's gonna whap 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 all the way up your back or anything. And so you let it go, and then you kind of just do your, and then you just get a little kind of just a miffed look. Just you don't want to go crazy. This is where your acting skills come in, and you
Hmm.
kind of just, and then just kind of look around.
Yeah, he's acting like he's mad and he's
Yeah,
trying to find out like who had the
maybe
audacity.
maybe shake your head a little bit, just like look at the guy across the aisle,
Like, can you believe?
accusingly. I mean,
Oh, okay. Not like, can you believe someone
well,
did that?
maybe
Yeah, you
and
got to
then,
read them first.
right, yeah, and then the shake of the head, and just just look around a couple times, and then just look pissed, and then just get your magazine and flip it open again, and just God, if I'm going to be sitting next to this asshole who's fucking shitting their pants from here to Albuquerque or wherever the hell you're going, and it's perfect. Everybody knows. Well, God, that guy really pissed about it.
Yeah, he
You
couldn't have
know,
farted. He was
maybe
super mad about
if somebody walks down the aisle, you can look at them like, he fucking crop dusted us on the way back to the bathroom.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, like, when you fart again 20 minutes later, it smells the same. You gotta be like,
Exactly.
who the did that
You
guy
got to
walk by
be,
again?
yeah, exactly. You just like,
Ah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
I'm the
You
only,
start up a conversation. The nerve of some people,
yeah. Am I the only civilized person on this plane? Why, why don't you moderate what you eat before you fly, motherfucker?
Yeah, God, these selfish, these
But
behemoths.
now here's the thing. The other night, and this is true, I went to this Beach Life Ranch situation out here, big music festival thing, and
Mm-hmm.
were you just drinking? Are you plugging that product?
I am Liquid Death. This is a lifelong sponsor of the show. Liquid, do you drink it?
No, well, my buddy is one of the founders of the company. Lives here.
My buddy's the SVP, like the president of marketing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so we got like cases of this shipped to our
yeah.
house.
Um, so I'm at somebody, and I think I know who it was because it smelled like an old lady fart. But
Okay.
there was an old lady in front of me, just kept farting through this whole concert. Like the first 15 minutes of Hall and Oates
Mm-hmm.
at this concert thing. And so I was like, and then I looked around, and everybody that's around looked like
Like they thought it
they
was
would,
you.
I would be the farter because I'm a big guy and I'm, kind of, and I was like, I'm sure they all think it's me, man.
Yeah.
So this is how much I didn't want people to think it was me. I stepped back 2 rows. I'd fought for good seats,
Oh,
but
you
I
went back
wanted
to get
everybody
away
to,
from it.
yeah, I want everybody to know that it wasn't me. So I sacrificed my
Oh,
position at a festival seating concert just so everybody would know that I'm
you
not the
went
guy.
back 2 rows at a
2
Hall
rows.
and Oates concert to
Yeah.
save face.
To save face, man. Yeah. Because they were bad. It was like definitely an old lady one.
It was like a
Because
mothball fart.
well, just a lot of stuff been brewing for years down there.
Oh God.
Just
Have
um.
you ever? Let me ask you this: have you ever called someone out on it before?
Well, I mean, at the bar, I'll be like, "Man, did you shit yourself? What are you doing?" You know.
Ah,
But everybody knows we got a guy that sits at the bar that we know is the farter. I mean, and that's a good
God.
thing because if everybody knows he does,
So if
and
you have to fart, you just go
so if
talk
you
to
have the
him for a
fart like
minute.
fucking Harry, God dang it, stuff like that. Can you bleep out Harry? Because I like the guy. Just
Huh? Is he an avid listener?
yeah, oh yeah, he listens every day. He'll probably call you with a 5-star review.
Oh, okay. Call with a 5-star review.
Whatever. I'm an old guy.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, what do you think? Should we get into? Should we do some? Should I back you up on some topics?
Well, I mean, I kind of maybe I might. I don't know if I've got a couple of them, but I mean, they've probably already been done. I didn't know it was
No,
like
I doubt it.
I don't know,
If they will, you know
like
what?
the
You know what? Don't even worry about it because me and Andrew, we've actually repeated ourselves on this show before, and
okay.
we just play through.
I'm kind of like I was just I was a little confused about it. I thought you had topics that I was going to back you up
Well,
on.
yeah, we will do both. I can go first. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. All right.
all right.
Okay. Normally, if we have a guest, we'll just kind of heavy load them and have them do all this shit.
Okay.
Because our listeners, they really don't like guests. That's their number one complaint is stop having guests. But you're
Yeah,
not a guest.
yeah,
You're a substitute sit-in.
right.
You're a guest host. So
Uh,
this is my topic. Okay. I think that doing good, and I'll give examples. Doing good, like today, this day and age, it has been de-incentivized. Is decentivized? Is that a word? Where you are punished for for doing good. Like my examples are, I don't want to donate and I don't want to leave positive reviews because once you do that, you are harangued for as long as you have that email address. You cannot escape. Like I donated to I think after one of the school shooting I made a donation and I cannot. I get probably you know I don't know 3 emails a day,
oh yeah.
like very depressing emails, mind you.
Yeah.
And my heart goes out. It's terrible, but it has affected my decision making as to giving to other things. Where I'm like, am I going to get
Right.
And then the other thing was leaving positive reviews. I left a positive review for my dentist. And the only reason, first of all, the only reason I did was because I would get these emails saying, hey, your appointment went well. What did you think of it? Could you leave a review on blah, blah, blah? And I kept getting those. So I was like, I got to get this to stop. So then I did. I was like, okay, fine. Here's the review. And then they're like, can you be more specific? Can you? And then so I was like, oh God, yeah, they were nice. Submit. And then I get, an email that's like, hey, can you share? You had a great experience and you post, and can you share that on your social media? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And what are you doing right now? You're sharing it on your social
Well,
media.
they don't know my den. I don't go to my brother, so it's not my brother. I'm
You don't
not
go to your
complaining
own
about. I
brother?
should go to my. I should go to my brother. That's a what's it called? Location. What's the more sophisticated word for location?
Place.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That's
He's in a different place.
yeah.
I
When did you
can't
get
go.
your master's, Lawrence?
I can't go where he is.
No, but he's in Milwaukee and I'm in Madison, and so I'm too
Well, I
late.
would take the time to drive down. My dentist lives in Louisville, Kentucky. I live in Manhattan Beach, and I
How often
go
do you see him?
usually twice a year. When I go
What
home,
the
I
hell?
go.
Are you kidding me? You fly to Louisville?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be there at least once or twice a year anyway. So then I just make it a point. He's my best friend, and he's the best dentist in America. He
Well,
really
I
is.
would say, well, he's your best friend. Of course, that's why you do it. But that
He's
doesn't
one
help
of
my
the best.
argument because mine's my brother. So
Exactly. It just disproves it.
yeah, I should go to him because it's funny. So many times it's like he'll be my second opinion. I'll get him, and then I'll ask my dentist to send me the X-rays, and I'll
Right.
send them to him, and he'll tell me the truth. He'll be like, yeah, it's not urgent. She said it was urgent. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so I
Well,
should see him.
you got a filter for that. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like that ice bucket challenge. We did for the
Oh
ALS
yeah.
Foundation or whatever,
I
and then
nominate Lawrence to dump
yeah,
a bag of shit on his head.
to take a 2 pound poop. Yeah, and so I did it, and then it's just like you're loaded with it. I
Yeah.
donated to the St. Jude's, and then you get hit all the time. It's like, I know you need money, but I got a thing that I donate to, and it just comes out every month. I give them $15, and that's the thing I've chosen. So then that foundation gets my money. And then if I feel extra, I'm feeling flush that week, I'll give something to somebody else, But I got my charity that I believe in that I give to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I get why it's like, oh, well, these people are supporting me, so they're likely to give money, so that's who they're gonna try
right.
to milk for more. I get the logic, but it's also it is decentivizing, I think. But you back me up. You
Yeah,
agree.
I back you up on that. Decent. How do you say that?
I don't know if it's a word decentivize. I just
You're
opposite of
the one that went to
incentivize.
private college.
That's
Not me.
right.
Not me. I went to public university.
PU.
That
I am
was
quick.
awesome. PU. Can't get enough super sugar crisp. Anyway.
Anyway, what do you need backup on?
Well, I'm tired of service animals, man.
Oh,
I don't
this
mind
is great. This is
I don't
great.
mind I don't mind service animals. If you're a soldier and you got a leg missing, or my buddy's got a hard thing and the dog will pull him by the hand and drag him to the ground. But I mean, emotional support animals, come on, man. If maybe you just shouldn't go out.
Yeah,
If you can't
that's how it
live.
used to be. That was how it was before.
Yeah, I mean, and so why do I need to watch your dog lick his junk in the bar while I'm sitting there? Because I mean,
Well, now hang on. Now you're gonna lose me, Lawrence.
because you enjoy looking at that. Yeah, I'm just over, I don't, like I said, a true service animal. I got no problem with seeing eye
Yeah.
dogs, stuff like that. But you know, get yeah. I had somebody come in and go, she's my emotional support. I'm like, it's a bar, lady. That's all liquor right there. That's where most people get their emotional support. That's why they're here. What are you talking about?
See,
You
and
know,
how ironic that this is your topic, is Andrew has but he's in on it. Him and his wife Heidi, they're in on it. They know their dog is it's a sham, that it's not but
right,
that's how they're able to travel with their dog,
right.
so they're
Get
they're
a
in
dog
on it.
sitter. Get a
Yeah,
dog sitter. Yeah.
well, but they put it in a little bag, put it by the feet, whatever. But no, I
Well, if
yeah.
it's fine, if it can fit in a little bag, I'm fine with that. But I don't want to. I just, it's one time we had like 6 dogs in a bar, man. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't need that. Just get a bourbon. You know what? Be sad. Be a drunk. Be an alcoholic. That's what most people who need emotional support do. They leave their wives and get a younger daughter, get a younger wife, and it's about their daughter's age. Do something like that. That's the
Yeah,
emotional
something
support.
reasonable.
Yeah, bring your dog.
Yeah, they're double
It
dipping.
what kills me because I got a couple people who bring their dogs into the bar and they're like, they're great tippers. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean,
So
you
you got
know,
to deal with it.
yeah.
So what do you do when you're in that situation? Are you like, oh, come here, Poochie Poo, aren't you a good boy? But in your head, you're like, this fucking guy.
Well,
Or
it's
are
just
you like, ugh, does your dog need anything?
well, like the people I like and who tip well, I give their dog bacon.
Hmm.
But it's just getting out of control. There's just too many dogs.
Do
Just
you
not
just always have bacon on you, Lawrence? Or where does this bacon
in
come
the
from?
bar. There's we're a bar restaurant. There's always bacon in the bar, man.
Is this obese?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's probably my biggest pet peeve right now.
All right. Well, I'll
But
back that up for
yeah,
sure.
So they've got the fake. They got the fake.
They got the fake. What is it called? Not the vest. Like there's. I already forgot. I think he's told the story twice on the air about how even at the airport they'll tell you how, like, the loopholes on how to get your
Yeah,
dog on the plane, like how to get it allowed on the plane. You fill out some form or something. I don't know.
exactly.
As Andrew's listening to this before I posted, he's probably like, I have told Johnny this a number of times, and he
I
doesn't
don't
get.
understand why I can't. You're not allowed to ask. That's a rule.
You're not allowed to ask who.
No, you
Oh,
can't.
yeah, you can't say what's it for.
What's it
What's the
for?
problem?
Why?
Yeah.
Why can't you say that? I should be able to go. Well, what's wrong with you? I've got a heart murmur. Okay. I've got that. Okay. Why can't I ask to see
Okay,
you?
so what does that have to do with your
That's
dog? She
so
got a heart murmur? Why she need a dog?
right, exactly. No, my friend's got a heart murmur, and it'll pull him to the
Oh,
ground.
I gotcha.
Sense the
Like
heart.
in case of emergency.
Right. Yeah. 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 But even even if it's a true thing,
Yeah.
why is it bad to ask somebody what's wrong with them? What's
Yeah.
the why? Why do you need to know?
HIPAA.
Well,
HIPAA.
that's none of your business. Well, why not? You're in here with your dog. I believe I should be able to ask
Yeah,
you.
your dog is affecting me. Your dog
Huh.
is chewing on my right ball. Can I
Right.
please know what it is
Exactly.
doing on this
That
goddamn
happens
plane?
to be my favorite ball, by the way. The
Yeah.
right one I like a lot more than the left
Your dog just swallowed my lucky nut.
one. But why can't you ask?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
That's the true topic is why can't you
Why
ask?
can't you ask? Oh, what's wrong? Oh, I got cancer. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll buy you a drink. Why?
There you go.
It's illegal to ask what's wrong with you. Why you need the dog in my bar that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting me all heated up. I'm getting
Yeah,
fired up here.
yeah, I can understand.
Oh,
Probably a lot of I mean, and if you want to have a bar where dogs are all allowed, and just let them in. But then the health department gives you shit about having your dogs in the bar unless they're a service animal. But you're not allowed to ask if it's a service. It doesn't make sense, man. Probably not very funny.
ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Ridiculous. All right.
Damn
Well,
millennial.
I totally back that up. That's a good topic right there.
Yeah.
That's a
I
good
don't
topic.
so we got to have it one way or the other. You can't have it to where you can just nebulously walk in. This is my, this is my support cockroach. Oh, really? Well, it's running all over the by. No, but it really helps me. Why? What do you have wrong with you?
Well, I never.
ah.
Okay, so did you have another thing you needed back up on?
I mean, I'm pissed about a lot of stuff. I'm always pissed about stuff. I got pissed.
Was
I
that
just
your that was your persona on stage, the angry, right? Like the angry dad
angry
in the
dad with what they
sexy, sexy ponytail?
back when. Well, that was before I got the ponytail. Angry Dad was after I had the ponytail.
Oh,
That was
okay.
just, I went on a couple rants, but the problem with that was that I would do that, and then I would go on the road, and my managers out here in LA wanted me to be this angry dad thing. And so then I started doing them, and people were like, "Oh, you're not." The women loved my act. Middle-aged women thought I was the funniest thing in the world because I talked about being a dad and
Yeah,
all
as the
that
angry
stuff.
dad, they loved it.
Yeah, but they were like, "You're not angry. You're just a good dad," all that kind of stuff. So, uh, yeah, so that was, But I mean, I've always been one of those guys where it's all beneath this. My buddy just had a heart attack, and they said that, and I was talking to another my buddy that had a heart attack, and he said after you have open heart surgery that you you cry a lot, that your emotions. And I was like, well, hell, I must have had open heart surgery when I was 8, because I mean, I'm always either yelling or crying, man. Oh, everything's right there below the surface, with me. So,
Yeah.
I, but I
I'm
mean,
trying to think. I
it's
can't recall a time where I held you while you cried in the
yeah.
moment.
Well, that was uh, that was always my dream, alone in the house.
That's why you would invite me to open for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Come
you'd
work
leave
with.
notes on the door for the housekeeper. Sorry about all the noises.
Yeah, that was that was in retaliation.
Oh yeah, why what did I do? I forgot.
Because you were too cheap to buy the internet, so you're using my internet, and I left my Facebook open.
Oh,
And when
that's
you came
right.
over to talk to Aaron or whatever you do on the internet and check your email and stuff, you what'd you put? I just scratched my own butt and then I sniffed it, and boy, does it stink. And all my friends are like, "What the hell, Lawrence? What are you doing?" I'm like, "What are they talking about?" And then I go back to the post. And I'm like, "God damn it!" And then I put the
Oh,
fucking potty notes on your door.
that's my favorite. That is my favorite. When you get access to someone's social media account, oh my god. I think Jason Russell, former guest, I think was one my favorite one was like, hey, hemorrhoids. Does anyone know how to get rid of hemorrhoids? Like, serious note, how to get rid of hemorrhoids? These things are like on fire. And then like his aunts, his relatives would like send messages. I was like, hey, here's what you do. And he's like, what? What the hell? What are all these messages?
Yeah.
The best. It's
So,
the best. But what were you gonna say? So what was another thing you need backup on that gets you all worked up?
I'm trying to think, man. Well, I don't like I just don't want to, I kind of hadn't been doing any comedy in a long time, and I don't want to be stepping on somebody's bits if I'm thinking about, because I don't watch comedy, so I really don't know if anybody's like, I don't like I'm tired of the damn gender reveal parties. There's somebody there's got to be somebody doing bits about that
Well,
bullshit.
sure, but I mean, I'm
You
sure
know,
there's multiple people doing
all
bits
right. I
about them.
just that pisses me off. Who gives a shit?
Well, what pisses you off? What, when they post it, or just them having
Yeah.
it?
Not that they spend money on it and they make a big fucking deal about it. You know what? People have been having babies for millions of years, man. Nobody gave a shit before you. You think we give a fuck that you blew up a goddamn pink balloon so we knew that you were having a fucking split tail instead of a fucking boy? What the fuck, man? I
A
just think it's the
split
most.
tail?
I heard that on a cowboy say that one time. That's what you call a female calf, a split tail or something.
Huh.
But anyway, I'm sure it's a terrible thing to say,
Well,
but
what?
especially because I have a daughter, I shouldn't be saying
That's
shit.
what I was gonna say. Did you find out if Hadley the gender beforehand or
Yeah,
you?
because my ex-wife bought everything at fucking thrift stores and yard sales. I didn't want to find out. I wanted it to be a surprise. And so, but my wife was like, "No, I got to prepare the room and all that stuff." And so she found out. But
Yeah,
yeah, I just
Edie and
think the
Duncan,
whole
we were
thing is
surprised.
do what?
We were surprised with Edie and Duncan, and then Phoebe. We were like, all right, let's just see what it's like. It's our last
Yeah.
one. Let's just find out in advance.
Yeah. I just think it's this weird, and guys don't give a shit. There's no guy in the world. I mean, he cares what baby they're having, but he doesn't give. He does no dude wants to have a gender reveal party. That's a chick thing, man. And God bless you, but I mean. I mean, no guy's like, hey guys, come on over. We're having a gender reveal party. It's gonna be great. No, I can't tell you before you get over here, but boy, are you
Stop
gonna
peeking in the envelope, Rick.
right? It's just stupid, man. It's this.
I think that's a blanket statement. I bet there's a guy somewhere that
No,
really
no,
nowhere.
no, nobody. The
Nobody.
only person that cares anything about your child is you and the grandparents. Nobody else gives a shit.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that could be said about. I agree. I totally agree. But that could be said about so many things. I mean, bridal
Oh yeah,
showers.
the whole bridal industry is bullshit.
I mean, even best man, but like I mean, yeah, every celebration, nobody gives about a shit about anything. Birthday parties, you think
Yeah,
anyone cares?
great. Yeah, but I mean, for some reason, the gender reveal thing to me just gets on my fucking nerves, man. Just like, how self-centered are you that you want I mean, people started forest fires with shit. They
Oh
planes
yeah, oh yeah.
crashed and killed people because of gender reveals. And just nobody. I mean, it's your fucking. I don't care if your uterus rots and dries up and falls out. I mean, that's part of life, man. Where people been having babies. Do you think they're having a damn in the jungle and fucking some Borneo where people are having? Oh, we can't tell you what it's gonna be. I mean, no, it's just stupid as shit to me.
There's an idea I had for a sketch that I wanted to do of a couple that's all excited and they want to have their gender reveal and they have all their friends around. They're like, oh, my doctor, he put it in the envelope and and everyone's gathered around. They're like, 3, 2, 1, what is it? And they open up the envelope and they're like, your baby isn't breathing. Like it's just like it's the note telling
it's
them that
it's
their baby did
stillborn.
not make it. Our
Oh,
doctor was really against this, but we insisted. But I couldn't.
I don't get, why do I, I'm the game's on. I just want to watch the game. I don't want, I don't, I don't want to come see, Irene's fucking gender reveal.
Yeah.
No,
All right, this is one of my topics. I've discussed it with Andrew, but I think you'd be a good person to get your take.
okay.
Um, so I think the chain restaurants, it's not. I don't know why they have a bad rap. If I want to do date night or even just go out for a nice dinner, and it's a place that's a chain, why is that automatically like?
Is it? I
Well,
mean,
it is if you're. It is if your wife is Aaron Beaner.
well, I mean,
And
sorry,
I'm not even talking Chili's or Applebee's, which are both great. They have great things, but like there's a place Bonefish Grill, and we've even eaten there before.
right.
But
But on a special occasion, you can't go there.
it's like, oh, let's go there, and and she was like, oh, that's a chain. We're in Madison. We're in Madison. There's so many good restaurants that we can try. Who gives it? Like yeah, okay. We're not leaving. I mean, Bonefish Grill, we've been there. It was good. So why
So
take a
you can never
chance?
go back there again?
I don't know.
That's stupid. Not that Aaron's stupid, please.
Aaron.
But I mean,
Aaron.
Ruth's Chris got a pretty good steak. That's a chain.
Oh, that's right by Costco. I always see that place. I want to go there sometime.
There's a Ruth's Chris by Costco.
No, like next to the Costco we used to go to.
They got
I
pretty good
didn't.
steak.
What's that? I didn't know that was a chain. I just saw the Roots Chris Steak or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
it's a high end steak place. Not, I mean, it's not Peter
Maybe I
Luger.
should take her there sometime.
Yeah, I mean, there's one here. There's one in DC. There's one. It's a high end steak restaurant. I
Like,
mean,
how
but
much is a steak there?
$60.
What's the most you've ever spent on an entree at a restaurant?
Ooh, I tell you what I did. I spent $55 on scrambled eggs as an appetizer, and it was
What?
worth it.
Where?
I think it was like $55. At
Wow.
We were at what was in there, Chespeka, which is Nancy Silverton, and back then I think it was still Mario Batali was still involved. Their uh, their meat restaurant that's connected to Trattoria Mozza in Los Angeles. And so my buddy knows all the chefs. His brother was
And he couldn't get you a discount?
well,
$55 for egg appetizer?
it was phenomenal. It was the best. I mean, it took him because we were sitting at like this little display kitchen, and Duke was like, "Hey, what do we eat? What should you get for the appetizer?" And he goes, "Definitely get the scrambled eggs." And we did, and I was like, "This is crazy! I can't believe I'm spending this much money." And it was with me and two dudes that we all had we had connections, and one of our buddies was
Oh
a
my God.
pro football player, and so we're up there, and we watched this guy make these eggs, and it literally took 10 minutes to scramble. The heat was so low on these eggs, and they would stop and put stuff in them, and they'd shave truffles into them, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, but it's either
I would order them again.
for $55
Yeah,
scrambled eggs.
yeah. It
I
was
wouldn't pay $55 to have someone shit in my face.
right. I would say that that's an illogical argument. Unless you're in the like the Scheitzer video competition or something. What the hell was that about? I mean, what would I never you walked over 5 miles around the Atlantis resort trying to find ranch dressing. You were freaking out. It was like
They
it
didn't
was
have it. They should have it every day. I don't know why.
it was like you were a heroin addict and you couldn't. I mean, it was crazy to me. And it's just ranch dressing. So I mean, I don't know, man.
A
I've
little piece of home. I wish I just wanted a little piece of home.
you should put some Junkanoo sauce on it like everybody else down there.
Oh,
No, I mean I'm turned into kind. I mean I'm not very discerning, but I'm around a bunch of people. That's where they're spending their money on
yeah.
food, and it's and I've man I went to where did I go? Um,
That's less. That's more money than I've. My most expensive steak was probably $54. You spent $1 more on it. Egg appetizer. I'm
so,
curious. I'd love to try them.
right.
I'm not in a place in my life right now where I could
Well, I
do
mean
that.
that's what the thing. I was going to a place where we were gonna get a deal, and I was with a guy that was probably going to pick up the tab, and we were ordering together. So I mean, my part of it wasn't $55, but
Mm.
I would again if I was rolling, if I was going out for a big meal and I was going up to there and I had that money in my pocket. I would save up and it would be one of the things I would get, maybe, or I might try something else. I don't mind spending a lot of, money on food anymore. If it's really good food. What bothers me more, I was hanging out with my buddy Cody, and we were going to these. He bought bread. I'm like, this is the worst bread I've ever had in my life. Spend a little bit of money and get some bread that, I mean, you could have strained coffee through this bread. It was just nothing there. And I was just like, and I've become, I don't know, I mean, I don't like onions. So, I mean, I'm not a crazy food person, but I mean, I don't mind spending a little bit of money on my food. It's worth it to me. So, but yeah, I mean, that's probably percentage wise the craziest thing ever. But to me
Eh,
to pay $5, $6 for a Big Mac is just terrible.
but I agree, and that's it. But it hasn't always been like that. You get a
Well,
value meal now; it's like $12. It should be $6 for the whole meal for the value meal. 6, 7. I understand inflation, but this crept up way too fast.
yeah, yeah. And I just
Mm.
don't, I want you were talking about yeah, I don't the chain restaurant. If you're going to Chili's and you get that damn skillet queso, that's fine.
Good.
Man, I
Oh, I
love
know
this.
it's fine. It's good.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Somebody told me that was he was a producer on Hell's Kitchen, and he said, "What's the guy's name? The chef Gordon Ramsay loved their skillet queso at Chili's.
Chili's.
I don't know if it's true, but that's what I was told. So yeah, I mean, I think that I bought a. One was it? I took. We went to Vic and Anthony's in Las Vegas like a couple of weeks ago. I think I bought a $65 steak. You know,
Yeah.
it's good, man. It's a
Gotta,
good.
yeah, I love a. What kind of steak do you get? I always get a ribeye. What do you get?
I like the ribeye. I like a New York strip as well. I
What's
mean,
the one there where it's like, ooh, it's a good piece of meat, but it's like small. It's like, what is that?
that's a
A
fillet.
fillet. Yeah, that's. I don't get it. The logic of that. It's like if I'm gonna pay $60, I
Well,
want it to take me quite a while to eat it.
it's supposed to be tender and and all that, but it's also they wrap bacon around it because it has no fat, and so it doesn't taste as good. Fat's what makes everything taste good.
I know that's why I like the
That's
ribeye.
why chicken breasts taste bad compared to chicken thighs because they have no fat.
Yep.
America's love of the chicken breast is odd to me. It's dry and just give me a thigh and a leg.
That's
Much,
that's what I do when I go anywhere. It's always dark meat.
yeah, man. It's much it tastes a lot better.
Yep.
Uh,
Well, there you have it, folks. There you have it. That. How do you feel? Do you feel backed up? Do you feel that
could I
I
go?
what's that?
Could I go? Is that what you're asking? Could I do a 2 pounder right now?
Oh yeah. That's not what I'm asking, but oh, the backed up. No.
Yeah.
If you want, this could be a first time I caught on a podcast where a 2 pounder.
It'd be kind of
Sure.
like a video Blumpkin.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Just
not gonna blow you while you
well, but I mean we could have
that perspective.
that perspective with the laptop.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. The first time anyone has ever crowned while recording. Do you have anything that you want to plug?
No.
All right.
You can
Stop
come to
by
the,
OB's if you're at Manhattan
come have
Beach.
a beer with me at the Slip, and maybe come to my comedy night I'm hosting on the second Wednesday of every week at the Slip in Redondo Beach on the International Boardwalk in
It's on
Redondo.
what, Wednesday, you said?
Yeah, the second Wednesday of the month. It's going to be a week from today. This
Cool.
is our second show. Well, I mean, they've been doing it for a while, but I've only been involved in a couple of weeks. Yeah,
So
I
do
mean,
you
it's
still have
good,
your
man.
website?
No, I'm building a new one, and that's going to come. I'm redoing that, and we've got some things, you know, coming along. Hopefully, it's been a weird couple of years. Right when I was getting ready to go back out on the road, I'd made my New Year's resolution. I'm going back on the road. I'm going to
Yep.
start doing shows again. Then COVID hit.
Yep.
So, but I'm in a good place now, and we're the auditions and stuff are happening. So hopefully something comes up, and we'll be back out on the road a little bit doing some shows.
Yeah, we'll have to go out. Yeah, we'll have to get in our swimsuits and in a bathtub together in the
Yeah,
Bahamas sometime
you
soon.
still have you still have that picture.
Oh, I still have it somewhere. I don't know where it is.
I don't know where it is either, but I had that for a while, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember
man,
we got in a
everything's.
bubble bath together in a single use. Oh boy.
I
No,
mean, that was
I think I have video footage of that somewhere.
that was
You
small.
kept
I mean,
getting a
those tubs
boner,
were
so we had to
small
start
for a
over.
big guy. Well,
Well, yeah,
you
I don't
know,
blame
who could?
you. All
And
right,
maybe
well, folks, thank you for listening to the Cavalry. Please leave a 5-star review.
5-star review.
5-star review. Our guest host has been Lawrence Thomas, the one and only Lawrence Thomas. Thank you for listening to.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, that's what we do. We go, thank you for listening to, and then you say
To
the Cavalry.
the Cavalry.
The Cavalry.
The Cavalry. Dun, 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 dun,
Ding, 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 ding. And then we go through this whole song the whole time. All right, folks. See you next week.